Okay. I think you should. Can you do my testing again, real quick?
Yeah. Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah, you should be good.
All right, sweet. Hey,
Welcome to.
man, I just saw you on the politics channel. It looked interesting. I just wanted to learn a little bit more about you, maybe, and see if we can learn. I can learn or educate today.
Okay, that sounds cool. What do you want to learn or educate about?
Honestly, there's a
What's
lot of
your
things, and I'll let you choose. Like we could talk about Trump or Biden. We could talk about morality. We could talk about the trans issue. We could talk about Palestine, Gaza. What would you like to talk about?
I mean, I am a trans woman, for me, I don't know what they're. So if that's what you're looking for, you
Oh,
found
okay.
one.
I actually did
But
not know that,
oh, okay,
but sure. Maybe you can. Maybe I can tell you a little bit about my stance on the thing.
okay,
So what I believe in is I believe in subjective morality is flawed. So whenever we try to come up with our own morality or our own sense of right and wrong, it's almost always flawed, and it's almost always flawed like necessarily because we actually are limited in knowledge, so we don't ever have all the knowledge we necessarily need to make the actual correct decision every single time. And so you see it throughout
can
history.
I
You see
pause
it.
you? Can I pause you? So how does that apply to the trans issue and not just all knowing generally?
Well, so
Why is that
I'm
relevant to
telling you
this
in
issue?
general that subjective. I'm trying to prove to you that subjective morality is flawed. So anybody that trusts subjective morality as their arbiter of truth,
So why don't you define subjective morality for me so I can
sure, your
understand what
whims
you
and
mean when you say
desires.
that? So you believe that whims and desires are flawed?
No. So I believe that your whims and desires are, yeah, if you want to use them as the arbiter of truth of what's good and bad, they're 100% flawed forever.
Okay, so you believe you have no whims or desires that are moral.
I believe that there are filthy acts in the world. I believe that there are acts that no matter what, sometimes they might be good, sometimes they might be bad, but in general, they're always filthy, almost like hurting or killing somebody. So sometimes you might be able to justify it, like the capital murder, they justify it, but it's always
Okay,
a
so wait,
filthy
wait, wait,
act.
wait, wait, wait,
Hey,
wait,
let me
wait, 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 wait,
finish!
wait, wait, wait,
Let
wait,
me
wait, wait, wait.
finish.
You're
Let
on
me
my
finish.
stream. You're on my
You're
stream.
not
No, no,
gonna
no,
let
no,
me.
no,
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 no, no,
no,
no.
no,
You
no,
gotta
no,
let
no,
me
no,
finish.
no, 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 no. You said filthy
Because you've
acts.
cut me
That's
off three,
subjective.
four times now
That's but
already.
you
You don't
can't.
know how to
That's
talk.
because you've got a. You clearly got a spiel, but your spiel moves really quickly. So you've rejected subjective morality, and now you're labeling some acts as filthy, which is your subjective assessment of some acts. So I'm confused. So
Well,
I don't see why
okay.
we worth moving past this
Let me
because you've
say
already
my
confused me.
point. Then you can argue against. Okay,
You want to keep
write it
talking
down.
past my confusion? I'll just be more
Well,
confused.
yeah. That's what our argument
Are you
is.
here to talk
I
to me,
say.
or are you here to talk to your audience with me in the background?
So what happens
I'm
is,
confused. You said you reject subjective morality. You said you believe that there are some inherently filthy acts. That is an appeal to your own subjective morality. So your first move seems directly incoherent. So before you explain other confusing shit, why don't you pause and confront the incoherence of your opening
Gab,
gambit?
you're gonna sound so stupid when I explain it to you.
I doubt that, but
Yeah. Okay. So you agree with me? Do you not agree with me that there are certain acts that are inherently, basically something you don't want to do, almost like eating from the garbage? It's like inherently inside of you, you know this is a filthy act, either because it gives you damage, it does something to you, it makes you feel bad, it changes your brain chemistry, but
so if you
inherently
were
inside, hey, let
starving,
me
or you, if
finish.
you were, no, I don't agree with
Inherently,
that because if you were starving, I think you would eat from the garbage. So I think that your
I
own
know, that's
example
what I'm telling
demonstrates
you.
the inadequacy of your fucking viewpoint,
Well,
right?
that's why
Obviously.
I didn't say it's a bad act. I said it's a filthy act. You still can do it, but
Okay, what does
you
filthy
decide
mean?
to not do it.
So is filthy not your own attempt to attribute moral value to the act? What is filthy in this context? You said inherently filthy, and I think you've
Filthy as
chosen
in,
like violence
yeah,
against other
exactly.
people, and you've also chosen so you've
Bro,
chosen violence against
you're
people,
way
and you've
talking too
chosen.
much. You won't listen. Like you won't
I'm
listen.
talking too much. You're calling into my stream, homie.
Yeah, I know. I
This
don't
is
know
literally.
why you're getting so like
Well, I'm
agitated.
confused because
Okay, let me. Well,
you
you
said
won't let me
filthy,
speak,
and some of your acts you seem to be condemning moral acts like violence against other people, and some acts you seem to be talking about hygiene. So that's
bro. I
confusing.
haven't
So
because you're not
don't
listening
call
to
me
me.
bro. I'm not a bro.
You're not listening to me. You're getting really agitated, and so you're derailing the conversation. You don't even know what my point is. What's my point?
Well, it seems to me that you are looking for a trans person that you are
Are
intending to
you kidding
explain.
me? That's you. Bro, I don't even know who the fuck you are. I've never even seen you in my life. I don't give a fuck about your channel at all. You're nothing to me. I've never even seen you in my life. I don't know what. Come and substantiate your points using logic.
Okay,
Stop
it
ad
seems like
hominem.
you're looking. It seems like
Stop
you're
ad
looking for
hominem.
a lib. It seems like you're looking for a lib because you probably have some soft-brained followers, and you're expecting a punching bag that'll allow you to flex for people who lack a father figure.
Well, oh,
And
you
unfortunately for
sound
you,
scared.
in this instance,
You
why
sound
would I be
scared.
scared?
Yeah, you sound scared. You won't
You're
even let me
clearly.
finish my points.
I'm dancing around you.
Lol, you didn't
Chloe.
even make any points at all. You won't even let me talk about the filthy acts and
No,
what
you didn't
describe
make
them.
any points.
Because you immediately you would interrupt me
Because
before
I
you even
flustered you. Because I
and then
pointed
you
out
and
that
then
your
you get
first two
embarrassed
moves
because you
worked
act like
against
there's
one
no
another.
filthy acts
Your
and then you
first
agree with me.
move.
You get
Your
embarrassed
first
because
move is you don't
you
believe.
get embarrassed because, for example,
Your
you
first
shut me
move is that
down.
you
Hey,
don't
let me
believe
finish.
in
Let me
subjective
finish.
morality. Okay. Okay.
Do you know how to debate on Discord when both of us speak? Nobody can hear anything. Do you know how to talk on Discord? So it's a very bad experience for your viewer and mine when both of us speak at the same time. So let me finish my point.
My viewership's going up. My viewers are loving this.
Okay,
I don't know how you guys are doing.
Hey, I'm just telling you the etiquette of Discord is you let the person speak, and then you talk.
The etiquette
then you
of
write
my
down your
channel
points
is that you
and you answer
respect
them.
the protocols that I establish here as my guest. That's how it always works. So
Okay,
if
I'm
you'd
not
like to
trying to
ask
be in
how we
any
should go
way
about this,
offensive.
you're
I never
welcome.
came at you being
No,
offensive.
no, no, you're ignorant. It's
I
okay.
came at you telling you my points, so try to attack them and stop ad hominem me, okay? Attack my actual points. So this is the argument. The argument is there are
No,
acts that are
ignorant because you
inherently...
don't know the protocols of my channel. That means you lack knowledge. That's what ignorance means. I'm
I don't know
sorry. I think
anything
you're
about your
ESL, so I
channel.
don't want to. Yes, exactly. You are ignorant of what is expected here. I am educating you about the protocols for this space. You see?
Okay, can I talk? Are you gonna talk about this or no? Do you want to talk about this or
You
no?
may. Please, by all means.
All right, guys. Hey, by the way, this is Manar Reports, guys. If you are watching on his channel, stop by. It's very clear that he's. I don't know why he's very upset, but I'm gonna just explain my points.
Please don't
and
misgender me. You're not allowed to misgender me here. See? It's not
okay,
okay.
I just don't know what to call you, but I'll just try.
I
To
think
my
you
best.
do. I think that you probably know what
I
trans
have
people wish
no
to be
idea.
called.
You sound to me like one
You
of
can
my
look at
friends.
my avatar. My avatar is pretty clearly femme, and you could ask.
A lot of
You have the
people I
capacity
know.
to do both those things.
I know a lot of people that play girls on Fortnite. They're not girls.
I bet you know a lot of people who are closeted trans girls.
Anyways, so back to the discussion. So what's happening is I believe there are inherent acts that are filthy.
So you believe in subjective morality.
No, I believe there.
What does filthy mean?
No,
What does filthy mean?
this is actually an argument for an objective morality.
What does filthy mean?
Filthy. Okay, let me
What
explain
is
what
filthy?
filthy is. Filthy is a different than bad or good. It's actually something that is inherently always bad. It's almost like something that you
it's
don't
different than
ever
bad.
do
It's always bad?
naturally, except in
So it's
special
not different than bad.
circumstances. It's
So you
something
just
never
lost.
put.
You just fucking you can't even see you got two. You said it's not different than bad or good. It's always bad. Which means you
it's
can't
different.
describe it without using the word bad.
It's like the moral.
To your viewers, the person that you're following is
Bro,
really
this guy won't let
good
me speak.
at trying to posture. But we're seeing that he has a difficult time having two sentences in a row that use the same logic. Okay, keep going. If you want to play the game, I'll play the game. So go for it.
All right, so a filthy act is an act that's almost inherently immoral. So
Okay, so that's
like killing and
it-
hurting somebody inherently, when you were born, hurting somebody is bad, and only people that do it are an anomaly. They're abnormal. So
and how is this determined? Are you going to use like Kantian ethics, or are you going to appeal to your internal
so
sense of moral and
if
immoral?
you let me finish my argument, then you will hear it. So the first premise of the argument is there are
It's
filthy
okay.
acts.
You're doing fine.
So the first premise is there are filthy acts. So we have to agree there are filthy acts, which
We
are
don't have
like
to agree.
immoral
You're
acts.
going to make that assertion. I don't have to agree, but I'll let you make more assertions.
But can you agree with
afterwards.
me
I don't
there are
agree.
immoral acts like
I don't agree with
hurting
you.
somebody?
What's that?
Like hurting somebody could be immoral, and some stuff could be immoral.
Well, if a person is trying to rape me or my friend,
Can you not
and
use
I
that
have
word
to hurt them
because
to
it hurts our
stop?
channels?
Okay. If a person is trying to SA me or my friends, and I have to use violence to stop them, and that involves them being hurt, then I don't have an issue with using.
See, that's
it in that
exactly
context.
my argument. So filthy acts, but you agree with me. Actually, hurting somebody is bad, but sometimes
No.
you can justify it, which is why I'm trying to
No.
say there's no good and bad when it comes to
No.
filthy. Sometimes you can
I
justify the
disagree with
filthy
you.
act.
I
What
have
I'm trying to
fundamentally
say is
disagree with
it's
you. What I have
inherently a
demonstrated
wrong
is that
thing to do.
wait, stop, you've just lied.
Bro,
and then
you
you're
won't even
trying to
let me
flex
speak.
the-
You don't even know what
Well,
I just said.
Well, but you said something that's
You're
false. 'Cause
you're
you said I agreed
very
with
bad
you.
at
You lied to your
Discord.
audience about my position because you're
You're
insecure, and so
very
you're trying to
man. You
flex.
won't even
Let me
let me
just
speak.
respond.
You're,
Let me just respond.
let me just educate you.
Little
When it comes to
man, little
Discord,
man,
I'm
little
just
man,
letting you know. When
little
it comes to
man.
this,
You
hey,
called in looking for an
glitter.
argument.
When it comes to Discord, one of us can only be speaking at a time, or it just ruins the whole experience for everyone.
I'm having a blast.
No,
You
I'm
seem to
talking about your
misunderstand
viewers.
this. I'm having a blast.
You don't
Sometimes
even know what you're
I
doing.
prioritize
How are you having a blast?
what I'm doing.
I'm pigeonholing you. You have no answers. Go ahead. Have a blast. Let's see how much fun this is gonna look like.
Okay, so my position is that hurting people is contextually moral or immoral, right? So that means that fundamentally just hurting somebody is not moral
Sure,
or
I agree
immoral.
with you.
A
I agree
surgeon
with you.
must hurt
I actually
somebody
agree with you.
in order to conduct surgery. There you
Sure,
go.
that doesn't
Okay.
actually defeat my argument in any way.
It
Because
might not, but it's
basically you
crucial
just
because
switch the word filthy with
okay.
immoral. You
Homie,
just
homie, homie, homie. We may even find things that we
no,
agree
no,
on,
no, no.
but that doesn't
Listen,
mean I'm going to let you run roughshod over your setup,
no,
right? We're just getting some
no. You
clarification here,
literally what you did.
right? I didn't
You're so
agree
low
that hurting
IQ.
people is inherently moral. We probably both agree that hurting people needlessly for self-benefit or for entertainment is something that we
Okay.
instinctively find repellent. But you have to let me get there.
So you're so
I took your
low
premise.
IQ. You're so low IQ. That's literally my position. My position was that when I try to explain what filthy is, it's basically
Well, but you
something
set
that
up your own position wrong,
is that
right?
in
I
general.
helped you because you set up your own position wrong.
Yeah, but you literally just
And I
worded it the
clarified your
same
position.
way I
Yes,
did. You just
yes.
used a different
No,
word.
I didn't.
Yeah, use the
It's
word
pretty,
immoral. You
it's
just
meaningfully
you
different.
give it the same exact context. You said sometimes they're immoral, sometimes they're not. I won't put bad or good on them, but
I said that we
I'll put
probably
based
would
on the
both
context.
instinctively.
Let
I
me
said that we
finish, you
probably would both
fucking bitch.
instinctively agree, and then I started to establish values
I
that
mean,
we probably underlie our motivation for labeling it immoral. So I said that it's probably actually not immoral just because we
I
instinctively
know,
feel
and you
that it's
use the
immoral.
context, and that's what I'm trying to tell you.
I
I'm
said it's
telling you,
probably
filthy acts.
immoral because of the reason it's being done.
Yeah, but in
Right.
general, you would agree
So it
that.
seems to me that it seems to me that probably both of us will
No,
be
no,
able
you're a
to find
liar.
some.
I'll prove to you that you're
I'm
a
a
liar.
liar.
If you let
I'm
me
a
speak,
liar.
I'll prove to you that you're a liar. If you actually let me speak. For example, your position is fake because, for example, what you're trying to say is, oh, most of the time it's actually
Are you
moral to
gonna role
hurt
play
somebody.
me?
No, let me finish my point. Most of the time it's moral to hurt somebody. There's only certain context where it's immoral. Go fuck yourself. That's fucking bullshit.
What?
What you just said, what you were trying to explain, was basically if I flip it around, if I say, if instead of saying most acts are immoral, I say, oh no, most acts are moral, and then I start attributing filthy acts like hurting and killing somebody as the moral acts. So that's what you're trying to claim. You're trying to claim, oh, it depends on context. Oh, so you're going to try to tell me that, oh, depending on context, hurting somebody can be a moral thing, killing somebody can be a moral thing.
Yes, but there are probably other things that I don't think can
But
be
what you're
moral.
trying to say is that the default is it's moral. I'm telling you, the
No, I'm
default
not
is it's
trying to create a
immoral.
default.
No,
You're
that's what
trying
I'm
to
trying to
create a
tell you.
default. I'm trying to say that it is always contextual. There is no default.
I'm trying to tell you that.
You're struggling with that concept.
But that's what I'm telling you. So basically, what you're telling me right now is hurting somebody's moral, except when it comes to a context where it becomes immoral. That's literally what you're
No.
trying to tell me.
No, I'm saying hurting somebody never happens independent of context. There is always context. So if you're trying to imagine it outside of context, you are creating an artificial fantasy environment for you to create an imaginative test
All
in
right, let me
that
ask you a
it
question.
removes a key variable. Right?
The
Because you
problem is,
never just have you ever just found yourself floating in a void with another someone floating in the void next to you and you like take the action to hurt someone? No. Usually it's a person that you encounter on Earth. You're both on the same planet. You're probably in whatever place you are, right? There's always context. So you're
Yeah, but what
trying
you're trying to argue.
strip that.
Yeah, but you're trying
No,
to
what I'm
argue.
successfully demonstrating
Yeah, but what I'm trying
is
to
the
tell you
failure of
is
your model.
what you're trying to say is most of the time, hurting somebody is moral.
I'm
And
not trying to say most of the time hurting
what I'm
somebody is
trying to
either
tell you,
moral
what
or
I'm trying to
immoral.
get
I'm
you
saying
to,
it can never be assessed
it's so
independent of
trash
context.
talking to you because you interrupt me mid sentence and I don't even know what the fuck we're talking about. Let me finish my point and then you can talk
I
to
know
it.
what you're talking about.
So
You don't know
this
what
is all the case is. The case is that right now you can't even attribute a hierarchy on acts.
Have you
So
had breakfast
there is
today?
no act better than the other. So basically, to you, hurting somebody is exactly the same as giving charity. It just depends on the context, bro. We know that there are certain
Let me
acts
slow down
inherently.
because
Let
you
me
just
finish my point.
demonstrated.
Let me finish my
No, but you
point.
just
Let me finish
demonstrated
my
you don't
point.
understand.
There are
But you just
certain acts
demonstrated
that
you
are
don't understand
inherently
what I believe.
moral, and certain acts inherently immoral. Now, yeah, you can agree that in context changes it, but most of the time those default into a certain category. You're trying to act like all acts default into a neutral category, which is complete bullshit. That's a lie.
I'm not saying that.
That's exactly what you're trying to say. You're trying to say it depends all completely on context. That's where your morality falls. It depends on the context of the situation. So basically, all acts are equal depending on the context. So giving charity and hurting somebody is the exact same thing. If you can give context, basically both of them can be immoral if you can give enough context about it. That's
Okay,
literally
let me
what you're
ask you a
arguing.
question. Let me ask you a question about
But
your
that's do you
understanding.
agree with me? That's what you're arguing.
Of course not, but let me illustrate that to you. So give me
All
a
right,
second. Let me
illustrate
ask
that.
you a question about what you think I believe. Do you think I believe there is a context in which it is justifiable to forcibly rape someone?
Stop using that word, and I'll tell you
Okay,
what.
forcibly SA somebody and penetrate them.
Yeah, like for
Do you think that there? Do you
example,
think I believe that there is a context? Because I bet you can intuit my answer. And I bet you'll
but the problem
realize that
is
the
that
answer
doesn't
is
defeat my
no,
answer. That actually
which means
proves my
that the thing
answer.
you just said about me saying that all
But
acts
what?
are
No,
inherently
but what
neutral
you're
is
doing
clearly
is
wrong.
you're strengthening my
I'm
point.
I'm finding a clear example
You're
of
strengthening
something
my
that is
point.
a
You
counterexample
actually gave
to
me my
your
point for
claim.
me. You gave me my point for
No,
me. The point is
no.
inherently speaking, there are certain acts that are immoral and certain acts that are immoral. It doesn't matter what the context is. You can add context to it and it still looks immoral. And you're trying to equate them all acts to equate each other. You're trying to say that an act
Okay, can
of
you take a breath?
charity
Can
is
you just take a
equal
breath? Can
to
you
an
just take
act
a
of
breath? Can you
murder
just take a
depending
breath?
on
You're
the
fucking
context.
wrong. You're wrong, but you're hyperventilating,
No,
and so
no,
it's
I'm
hard to have a
genius.
fucking
I actually,
conversation.
you're proving my point for you. You have no argument. You actually have no. You proved my point for me.
No, 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 no. What I've
Inherently
done is
speaking, some acts are
wait, wait,
wrong,
wait. Manar, I've directed us towards an example that I
which
assumed
proves my point.
you would assume proved your point.
No, it
And
actually does
then,
prove my point.
well, so that's where I wanted us to go,
Sure.
right? I moved us into that,
All right, let's try
right? I
this
see
through
that,
that. Yeah.
okay. And so now, what I want to ask is, do we actually believe that it is the nature of the act that is what causes it to be immoral, or it is the
Yes.
impact or the consequences
No.
of the act that
No,
causes it
not
to be immoral?
necessarily. Not necessarily.
Well,
Not
wait, 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 wait,
necessarily.
wait, wait. Let's just
Because
talk through it.
let me
Let's wait,
explain
wait,
to you
wait, wait,
why.
wait.
Let me
I don't
explain to
have
you
an
why.
answer here yet. Let's just talk through it.
Okay,
All
let
right.
me
Let's
just tell you
now we've
why I
now we
think that's
found
not
now we
necessary.
found an actual interesting topic. All right. So
Okay,
let's just
I know.
chill.
Let me finish. Let
Right?
me actually
Do we
answer
agree?
you.
Wait.
Holy
Pause.
shit! What
Pause.
the fuck?
Pause. You agree this is fucking interesting? Have we found a meaningful point in this fucking hurricane that you've come in here with? All right. Why might we agree that this particular act is heinous, and is there inherent characteristics about it that are unique to the act itself, or is it the impact of the act that causes us to have that
All right, let me
association?
ask you
I
a
think
question.
that's the question we're asking. Okay,
Let me
now
ask you a
now you can
question.
go for it. Okay.
Morally speaking, is charity all similar or is it different? Like basically based on your amount. Is
I
charity
feel like that's a
all a
radically
moral
different.
thing?
I feel like that's a radically different thing. I don't want to move out of this one.
No,
That's a
because
great.
I'm
That's a
gonna
great
prove to you
question.
that it
That's a
doesn't
great
depend
question.
the
But I
context.
feel like let's stay here. Let's stay here.
Bro, you're
Okay.
so trash. You're so shit at fucking debating. I fucking hate talking to you. You're so trash. You non-stop talk over me. You won't argue and talk about my points. Why are you so scared? If you're so intellectually over everybody's brains, you're so smart and you're so smart and you have so much intellect. Why are you so scared? Come talk about my points. So look at this. What I'm trying to get to is you're trying to argue, oh, it depends on the consequence or it depends on the outcome. So what I'm trying to say, oh,
Well, I'm
is
trying to.
little charity immoral, but a lot of charity moral? Like, is that depending on the context? Like, does charity depend on the context? Oh, this guy's poor, he can only give a little bit, so he's not as moral as the other guy. No, we all know that he's moral guy, and this is a moral act he's doing, and he's trying to help people. Doesn't matter how much money they're giving out. We all know, inherently speaking, it doesn't matter what the consequences. It doesn't matter if you even help anybody. Just giving out that money is enough to call somebody
No,
and
no. What
call the
kind of
act
breakdown
moral.
you're having? Is this? Like, are you afraid of losing viewers over this conversation? Like, what are you doing here? Just go, like I'm. Can you calm down for a second? You keep making assertions, and then you like
What assertion did I
ramble
make?
past them.
I'm actually
Well,
proving
you
that your
said
point doesn't make sense.
no.
Well, or
You're
did I
not.
say
You're
something
missing
wrong?
things. Yeah, you did, but you did, and then you ran past it, and it's like so. So you said that I'm making an argument that morality is based on outcome, which demonstrates that you don't fully understand my position. Because I'm probably going to make the argument that the morality of an action depends on the
It's consequence.
intention.
It's outcome.
Didn't I just say a different word than you said?
Right, but that's what you're arguing, right? What I'm trying to argue with the
No,
Cherokee argument.
I just said intention, and you said outcome over the top of me.
Oh, now you
You hear
changed
me,
it. Now you
and
changed
then
it.
no.
So it's not
I'm gonna
outcome
say,
anymore.
wait,
Because
no.
remember, that was your argument before.
Outcome is necessary but not sufficient, as is intention.
Yeah, now you realize it's not sufficient.
I'm gonna make no.
At
I
least
realize
I'm
this.
happy I helped you. No problem.
I
I'll
realize
defeat
this
that as well. I'll
fucking
defeat your intention
10
as
minutes
well.
ago, and I've been leading you here. But you've been having fucking temper tantrums the entire way.
Look, projection and gaslighting. You're the one yelling, screaming, interrupting me every single time I try to make a statement.
Okay, so I believe that intention and outcome probably important. Would you disagree with that?
Okay, intentionality and outcome equals what something is
important.
moral and immoral. Is that what your
they are
argument is?
components. Well, I say that they are components of.
Okay, is there
of
anything
the
else that you might find in the middle of our debate that might defeat or something I have to keep an eye on as well? Is there anything else besides intention and outcome? Because I already defeated the outcome component. Now I'm going to go into the intentionality of things.
Well, no. You tried to isolate the outcome.
Okay, let me ask you this. Let me ask you intention. So let me ask you this. Somebody is driving a car at a high speed. He's not intending to hurt anybody, but he got in a crash and killed somebody. So is what he did the moral thing? Because he didn't intend to do it, even though the outcome was really bad. But he didn't intend to do it. So was it a moral or immoral thing?
Well, let me ask you a question. This is a great point. I really love that you brought this up. Do you think that he intended to drive fast at a high speed?
No, yeah, he did intend to drive fast, but he didn't intend to hurt anybody.
So, okay, I understand. You set it up. I understand it. Do you think that he was aware that driving fast at a high speed increased the likelihood that he would accidentally hurt somebody else?
He couldn't believe it. He trusts himself so much, he couldn't believe that he was about to get in an accident. Like, to him, trying to even imagine him getting in an accident is something he couldn't even fathom. He trusts his ability so much that he wouldn't. It's almost like getting into a fight with a little scrawny dude. It's like it's almost impossible for you to lose unless he has some kind of trick.
So he's severely mentally handicapped in a
He's
way that
like
allows
severely confident, and he trusts himself as high.
Right.
That's all.
That would be so.
He
So
doesn't
that would
doubt
be
himself.
Right. We're in agreement. I understand what you have set up. The inability to imagine yourself getting in a car accident would be a type of severe mental disability. It would show that you have an inability to imagine real possible dangers in the world, and it would mean that you're the type of person who should not be allowed to exist in the world unsupervised because you're a real threat to yourself, given your inability to recognize the potential consequences of your actions. So in that instance, with a severely mentally handicapped person, I think it's pretty widely agreed that that inhibits their ability to be full moral actors, which is also why, in some cases, we say it inhibits their ability to consent. Right? This is kind of solved, actually.
Yeah, but you actually asserted that the guy is mentally handicapped. He's not. You actually asserted that.
No,
you're in.
So here's a problem.
But you speculated that upon him. He's just a very confident.
You don't recognize delusional narcissism as a handicap, which is why you're unable to process somebody.
Bro, the guy just never got in an accident before. The guy's never gotten in an accident before.
Yes, I understand.
And the car is really
understand
strong.
That you think that psychology is cognitively normal.
Yeah, but you understand that you asserted upon him.
You're broken.
Yeah, but
and I've also demonstrated that now to my audience because they understand that you believing a person who can't conceive of the possibility of getting in a car accident is severely mentally
ill. That's your assertion.
You can't
Who the fuck are you to do that?
And so
how
I
can
don't
you
have
assert
to talk
mental
to you anymore.
illness on somebody and then just and then he banned me?
She banned you because you're boring. You're
why
dumb.
the hell did you ban me? Oh, so you lost the argument and you banned me?
No, I didn't lose the argument.
Then why the hell did you ban me? It looks bad on you when you ban me. Like, you should unban me because it looks really bad on you, and then make up another reason to ban me. Total destruction. They left the chat. They banned me and left the chat. Oh my god. Total destruction. Total destruction. That's the intellectual that they have. He asserted mental illness on the guy. And it's just an example. It has nothing to do with the debate. Has nothing, but that's what happens when you actually challenge their thoughts. They falter. They actually fall apart. He banned me. That's crazy. Or she, whatever the fuck it was. That's crazy that I got banned. I didn't even say anything wrong. They asserted mental illness on the person with no evidence. Trying to win the argument. You're not going to defeat me in a fucking intellectual debate by assertion. You're insane. You're fucking insane if you think you can pigeonhole me or do anything like that. You're fucking crazy. You're just gonna look fucking dumb. Bro, I don't know why the fuck do people actually think they trust so much in themselves and then when they're challenged, they falter. Oh my god. They falter so easy. Bro, the girl banned me. Whatever the fuck that is. The girl banned me completely. Um, what? What? I was so good. This was one of my best debates. I never was talking crap or anything. I didn't say anything badly. If anything, she was interrupting nonstop. It was really bad experience, but wow, I didn't think I was gonna get banned that fast. Another one bites the dust cannot substantiate their position. When you actually hold their feet to the fire, there is no substantiation. Won't even let me argue my argument, which is there's inherently filthy acts. As a subjective opinion and as a subjective entity, you're never going to be able to find those. You'll never. It's necessary that you will never be able to find them because you're limited in knowledge. It's actually necessary that you'll never be able to find them because it proves the limitedness of knowledge. Because if you could figure out everything, then it proves that you're not limited in knowledge. So it's very necessary. And then finally, that can assert two things. That can assert either one, that the universe is basically the universe is immoral, or like humans will always be immoral for the rest of eternity because we're subjective opinions. We need, or the second thing is, in order for humans to not be immoral, they're going to need an objective presence, an objective entity that can see the bigger picture to tell them what's the moral and immoral acts, which makes total sense why God sent us the Quran and the Bible, all of things. It just lines up perfectly with my argument. But that's the argument, boys.